Hi guys. I woke up with a little bit of a tickle in my throat this morning. Just a little cough and you know that tickle I'm talking about. That one that says the germs are trying to take hold and your immune system is fighting it off. So I came into my kitchen and I grabbed my jar of Cure-All and I took a spoonful, and it occurred to me that this would probably be a good time for a video for you to tell you what's in it, what I use it for, and how it works. So this is not a vegan recipe, and I know you all follow me for my whole food plant-based recipes, and they are all vegan except for this. So don't give me a thumbs down if you are totally against anything that is not vegan and anything that has honey in it. Just skip this video and go back through. There's probably about 150 videos on here now, and I'm sure you'll find one that suits your purpose, okay? So this is something that I have been making for, maybe 5 years now, and my family relies on it. It is on the counter in my kitchen at all times. In fact, I keep it on top of the microwave. That's just where it sits. And my family knows it's there, and at that first sign, that first little tickle, we grab it and we have a spoonful of it. And we use it as medicine, and we take it 3 times a day. So just like any other medicine. It doesn't particularly taste good to most of us. Oops, sorry about that. Except for to my son. For some reason, my son loves it. My daughter hates it. My husband and I just kind of tolerate it, okay? So it's really simple to make, and so I'll share it with you. This is what's called a jelly jar, okay? But you just want a small jar that you can keep on the counter. It's never gonna go bad, and so you don't have to worry about it being contaminated, because you're gonna use a clean spoon every time you get a spoonful of it out, and you're not gonna put anything dirty in there. And because it's made with raw honey, it's going to keep forever. Honey was found in the Egyptian pyramids, okay, and it was still edible. So honey never goes bad. So the one thing that I want to say is be sure that you're getting raw honey, okay? If you can get it local in your area, all the better. And the reason for that is that the bees in your area are going to gather pollen from the plants in your area, okay? So think about that. That's just common sense. So what you're doing by ingesting honey from bees in your area is you're building up an immunity to the pollen in your area. So that's going to help you with allergies. And I just tell people all the time, if they complain of allergies, get the local honey in your area. Take a spoonful of it every day, every single day, at least 1 spoon. And for us, you know, we are vegan now. Well, we are plant-based now. We are not vegan. I hate to use that term. We still have leather boots. We still have leather gloves. I think my son even has a leather jacket. As we go forward, of course, we find replacements for them, but we're not going to get rid of the stuff that we have had for years and years. They're still good. So vegan is more than just diet. It's a whole philosophy of an entire culture and way of life. And so I hate to use that term. We are a plant-based family. And like I said, this is the only thing that we use that isn't plant-based, and the only time we use it now is for medicine, okay? If my daughter is having allergies, I tell her to take a spoonful of honey, and then we have our Cure-All. Hush, Webster. Shh. It used to be that I used honey in my, as a sweetener in my oats and in my coffee and my tea, and I don't use sweets anymore, so it's not a necessity for me. I'm sorry, guys. The dogs are just really going off. Anyway, to make this, a small jar, fill it with honey almost to the top, okay? About to there, okay? Because you're going to need room for the other ingredients and to stir. And all you need is 1 tablespoon of both ginger and cloves, organic if you can find it, okay? And the reason for that, okay, honey is antibacterial, it's antifungal. It's rich in phytonutrients and it soothes sore throats. So because it is antibacterial and antifungal, it works to kill germs by itself, okay? Ginger is, I'm sorry, I'm looking down because I've got these written down so I don't forget anything, is anti-inflammatory. It reduces muscle pain and soreness. And if you're starting to get sick, you know the first thing you do is you start getting that ache, you know, right around that shoulder area, you know, and up your throat, right? It's also very rich in antioxidants. Cloves, it's an immune booster. It's antimicrobial properties, it's antibacterial, and it's also anti-inflammatory. So at that first sign, that first little tickle, this is what you want. A spoonful, just a regular household teaspoon, 3 times a day. Now, once it's got you, if you don't get it in time for this to cure it, and it's actually got a hold of you and you are sick, which I rarely get anymore, I use what I guess my grandma would call a hot toddy. A lot of people have told me, oh, Granny called that a hot toddy. But I'm old school and I found this recipe and I stick to it. And whenever anyone's sick in my house, they say, make me some tea, Mama, make me some tea. So the difference in the hot toddy and what I make is I use a chamomile tea. Okay, so chamomile tea in hot water, just like you regularly would. And then a spoonful of raw honey, a spoonful of lemon juice, and y'all are going to fight me on this, but listen to me. A spoonful of alcohol. It could be brandy or whiskey. This is blackberry brandy because that's just what we prefer at our house. And this is medicinal. And yes, you can give it to children because 1 spoonful isn't going to hurt a small child. In fact, back in the old days, you know, cough syrup had codeine and marijuana in it. So 1 spoonful of brandy or whiskey is not going to hurt a small child. What it's going to do is going to kill the germs in the throat. Okay, it kills them at the source. Because right here in your tonsils and your glands, that's where all those germs are accumulating, and it's going to kill it. Okay, so the alcohol is important. Honey and lemon together, very soothing for sore throats. And then you've got your chamomile tea for your aches and pains. And this is our medicine cabinet, guys. Okay, I don't buy cold medicines. I don't do any of that. For so many years, I was on all of those blood pressure medications, and it was so hard to find cold medicine that didn't raise my blood pressure. And even when I did find it, it was very expensive, and it just didn't do the trick. So I went in search of natural remedies, and this is what I found. And like I said, we've been doing this, this in the jar, for about 5 years, but my hot toddy's probably 10-15 years. Okay, so I hope this helps you because we are going into the season where all the germs are out there and it's cold outside. We've got snow out today. So have a good day, guys. Like I said, don't give me a thumbs down if you don't like honey. So far I haven't found anything to replace it in my medicine. I've replaced it everywhere else in my life and in my cooking. I use maple syrup, but maple syrup doesn't have the antifungal and the antibacterial properties that honey does. Okay, so consider it medicine, and if that's the only time that you use it, it's not that bad. Okay, have a good day.